All right, we're back. I have a brand new pile that I'm going to start composting. Lawn clippings from the veggie garden. I've been cutting back a lot of annuals, so you see a lot of annual foliage there. Here's the old pile of compost that was finished. I moved this over to the side. I've been dispersing it amongst the pots and everything. And so it's kind of dwindling down, but we're gonna have a new one going. I was gonna turn it with my till, and the gear drive broke on it. So that's gonna be a project in the future, is seeing if that's even salvageable. But I just fixed up this attachment for my weed eater. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get you set up, and you're gonna watch me. I'm gonna kind of go through it, and then after I'll discuss kind of what the concepts are with backyard composting. So let me get you set up, and I'll start doing some tilling, and then we'll talk about it. All right, let's get going. Well, there she is for right now. Looks kind of big. Here's the other one. See how it came out. We're gonna put that, I'm gonna put some more water on it. So what you want to do is, I have a mix of grass and lawn or garden clippings and dried leaves and things like that. So they always talk about a good mix of brown and green. This is sort of like just whatever I have. So most of my clippings go into these two big piles, and once they kind of dry out, they're not really going down anymore. Then I put it in here and I till. Usually use that one, much better. This one had a ton of clogging issues with the cover on it. I ended up taking that off and it ran a little bit better. It still was catching some roots or the branches of like some of the clippings in it, and it wasn't tearing them up. It just didn't have enough juice to it, whereas obviously the bigger one could just tear those up really easily. But that's going to be like the first round problem. So after this, things are going to start really decomposing and becoming quite easy to shred after this, and this pile will probably go down to about half the size. I'll come out in about a week. The process is that you have microorganisms in there, and they eat some of the dying foliage, and their byproduct is a lot of nutrients for your plant, so a lot of nitrogen and things like that. So as long as you don't get it's an ammonia type of smell, it's very pungent, and it gets away from that earthy smell. That's how you know you're burning your nitrogen. That means that it's not getting hot enough and it's eating the nitrogen as opposed to processing it. So what you want to do is make sure you don't do that. The way we kind of get it hot enough is I take the tarp with water on here. Where we're at, we have to add water to it just because it's so dry here. So I'm going to sprinkle some water on it. I get the tarp on in about a week. I come back and I turn it, and it will take a few turns to really get going, but this pile took forever, I felt like, because I started in the winter time and it just never really got to temp. But as soon as spring hit, it took maybe 3 turns and this stuff turned into very, very good compost. It looks like dirt until you look at actual dirt and you'll see how dark it is. But that's what's going to happen with this. So all my clippings will go back in these for the next, I don't know, say a month and a half, 2 months. And I'll be turning this pile. It'll probably somewhere around the size of this pile. What I have is a sifter as well. We'll probably fill in some low spots in the yard in the fall. But yeah, this is just the process to that. So I'm going to cover it up and continue watering the plants. So till next time.